Yo, what's good? It's your boy B-Dell. Today I'm going to give a brief synopsis on the esoteric science of occultic symbolism. So if you're new to this channel, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. So today we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl and how it was basically a ritualistic metaphysical codex for the symbology of the indigenous people getting back the geographical landmass of America. So I'm going to show you a few publications that's basically conducive to everything that I'm talking about, right? Because the Super Bowl was really the personification of fezzes versus feathers, right? And the feathers is basically the personification of the chiefs of the land. So this is where you go to this publication right here, right? It says verbatim that the United States case 191, 1848 Supreme Court decision that the geographical landmass of America belongs to the Mers, who are the title holders of the land for 1,000,000 square miles, right? So there is a diametrical difference between a Moor and a Mer. Now, the Mers were basically the ones that amalgamated with the Olmecs, who jump-started Atlantis, which is Atlant, which is Exum, which is the United States of America, right? So this is also connected to the Native American tribes, right? So they took this publication off. You cannot find it anywhere. So I took it off my TikTok. And you go to the Hears of Turner case versus 32 United States, right? It says that the geographical land mass of America belongs to the Moors for 1,000,000 square miles, and the title holders are the Els, Bays, and Days, and Alis, which is also equated to the Choctaw, the Cherokee, the Chickasaw, the Creek, the Seminole. And when you break down the etymological roots of the word Seminole, you get fugitive slave. And then you got the Yamansi. And like I said, in the Washita, these are all the titles that's acclimated to the chiefs of the land. So the Moors, right, the dirty Moors, like I said, there's a diametrical difference, right? So I'm going to be showing you some pictures here. This is what a real Native American looks like, right? This is a direct emulation of what a real Native American looks like. These are real Native Americans. These are the $5 Indian. What I'm going to show you now is a $5 Indian. These are the $5 Indians that amalgamated with Genghis Khan when you had the Spanish conquistadors and you had the Romans and the Greeks and everything. When they started bouncing around and they jump started with the whole infrastructure of the Black nobility, this is when they sent over European missionaries to convert the Native Americans, the indigenous Native Americans, the Black Native Americans. They basically try to convert us to Christianity because their systems of theological Eurocentric theology is acclimated to a corporate legal fiction, which is the de facto corporation under democracy, right? So this is why they want you to convert to Christianity, because when you go to the G3526 Strong Concordance, Christian translates to the word black, which takes you out of your sovereign capacity, because black is under the Civil War II's principles, meaning that you are civilly dead in the eyes of law. So this is why you ask for civil rights instead of asking for the Declaration of Human Rights, because the Declaration of Human Rights puts you right back into alignment with the Indigenous People Act, which ties you right back to the land. So this is why they want you to be Christians. This is why they want you under a form of monotheistic religion. That's why the Black nobility, the Black Moors, they sent over Europeans, right, from Rome and in many different places over in Europe. They sent them over here to get us acclimated to their system, because their system is what keeps us under their caste system, under the Euphrastruct system of the Vatican Church, right? So this is why you have a Social Security card and things of that nature that connects you to a democratic government, which is fraud, because the 14th Amendment was a fraudulent contract. It was never ratified. So this is why you got, like I said, you got a Social Security number. This is why you have a marriage certificate, driver's license, because it's all being monetized under a corporate internal code, which is a commercial law, right? So that commercial law is acclimated to a QSIP number, which is Community Uniform Security Identification Procedure. So these are the things that takes you out of your sovereign capacity when you had the Blackamoors that came over here and infiltrated the land. So those are the fez wearing. So that's why it's acclimated to the Black nobility symbol with a coat of arms for Germany, right? Which is equated to the eagle. So the eagle is the personification of the fez, right? The chiefs are the personification of the feathers who belong to the land, right? So I'm going to be showing you something here. So now, when you look at this right here, this publication called Let's Set the Record Straight, it says the Dogon tribe of Mali, they came over here in 1311 AD, and they basically mixed in with the Washita tribes, which is basically the Olmecs, right? So when you mix in with the Olmecs, right, these are the woolly head beings that basically came to the geographical landmass of America way before the continental drift, right? And they came over here by walking because it was all one big geographical landmass before you had these fallacies and these illusions of demarcation lines, right? Because it was all one big landmass called Pangea. So it says verbatim, they came before the continental drift, walking here a million years ago, setting up of what you call Atlantis, right? Because Atlantis and America are basically one and the same, right? So now when you go to the root word of Atlantis through Arabic term, you get Atlan, Atla, which means to vacate, vacation, or travel to another place. So they named the place Atlan, which is a dualistic energy that's connected to one from the south and one from the north, which is basically Exum, which is North America, the United States of America, the geographical landmass of it. So this is also connected to the Olmecs, right? Because they are the mothers of civilization when you're talking about North America, right? So that was, you know what I'm saying, that was the connection when you're talking about the game and everything that took place. As far, that's why, that's why you had these $5 Indians. I forgot to show you this publication. This is why, I said 6 days before the game started that, everything is basically conducive to the timeline that's going on right now, which is under a matriarchal energy that ties you right back into a republic. And a republic is connected to the indigenous people of the land. So this is why when you look at this publication right here, you go to the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the $5 Indians are getting evicted because they cannot trace their bloodline that ties them right back to the land, because they are the $5 Indians that amalgamated with the European and the Mongoloids that came over here that was sent by the black nobility. So this is why they getting evicted off the land. These are the $5 Indians. So it says verbatim, on June 6th, it says the court battle ensues after Nevada colony evicts longtime tribal residents and whatever that word is. But yeah, like I said, that's why they're getting evicted off the land, because they don't belong to the land. These are not real Native Americans, right? So with that being said, now this is also connected to Rihanna, when you're talking about her Super Bowl ceremony, right? So like I said, you have Prince Charles of Wales, who is basically the personification of the red dragon, right? And the red dragon, when you go to the coat of arms for Wales, the red dragon is basically in alignment with Enlil, right? Another veneration of Enlil. So that was a black nobility ritual that she was doing during her Super Bowl ceremony, right? Because red is also in alignment to pestilence. It's in alignment with sacrifice. It's in alignment with, your root chakra, which is connected to the material world when your emotions is out of balance, right? So I think I need to show you something here. I don't know if I sent it to you. But yeah, that was the ritual that was taking place, right? So she was basically showing you that, there's something coming, on the planet. So that's why I said she might be pregnant. In my opinion, I really think she's pregnant by this guy right here, because it says right here in this publication that Prince Charles reveals his love for Rihanna, right? So it only makes sense that I forgot that movie that just came out. about that black woman. She went over to visit her family in another country, and he was actually a draconian reptilian. It was a royal family, and they try to get her acclimated to that bloodline. So when I'm looking at this right here, you know what I'm saying, that's basically a direct emulation of what's taking place in real time, as far as that's constructed in our reality, right? So with all that being said, uh, this is the age of Aquarius, the age of information. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be understanding everything intuitively. Because like I told you, there is a diametrical difference between the chiefs of the land, which are the Mers that's connected to the Washita and things of that nature. And there's a delineation between the Moors, the Black Moors, that basically amalgamated with the $5 Indians and stole our birthright from us, and created a caste system that basically takes us away from our sovereign capacity. So that's the diametrical difference between Mers and Moors. Mers are the feather wearers. Moors are the fez wearing, right? So you got some Moors that, you know, you got some good Moors that wear the fez with the feathers in it, because you can do that as well. Because the fez is basically a sign of nobility that ties you back to the land, because the tassel on it is basically an umbilical cord, right? It's an umbilical cord because it's a sign of nativity. Because when you break down the etymological roots of the word nationality, you get nativity. Nativity comes from the word navel, and navel is the mother line, which ties you to the land. So that's, like I said, this is also connected to who we are as well. And it's also a fez also sends a funnel of energy that connects you to the space-time continuum, right? So, you know, that's the diametrical difference between the fez wearing Mers and the fez wearing Moors, the Blacker Moors, right? So with all that being said, let me get this. With all that being said, get this video out there. I just had to drop a real quick video to give a brief synopsis about everything that's going on right now, because, you know, the geographical landmass of America has been usurped, because we've been so docile to the point where we have a veneration and we propagate these falsified spiritual systems that takes us away from our birthright. So like I said, we are not Christians, we're not Muslims, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand the whole aspect of the Moorish paradigm that's connected to Islam, because Islam is really a metaphysical codex, which means intergalactic space lessons astronomically manifested, or internal self-law and management, or I self-law and master. We don't talk about Islam in a fact of monotheistic religion. So that's the tricknology that the Black nobility created, that ties you right back to the Freemasonic order, that keeps you under the 14th Amendment contract, which makes you a ward of the state in a system. So with all that being said, thanks for watching this video. Get this video out there, and I have another video dropping in a couple of days. So appreciate you watching. End of transmission.